Well, welcome everybody to the Beachmont Veterans Memorial Elementary School. That's right. Okay. Today we are going to raise the Stars and Stripes atop two new 30-foot flag poles that the Revere Veterans Committee are donating to the school. Students from our 5th grade are here, and they're going to be participating in the program, and we look forward to helping them. They'll be raising the United States flag, which was donated by the American Legion of Revere, Post 61, and that'll be flying above the POW flag, and that was donated by the Prince Strauss Roman Post of the Jewish War Veterans of Revere. The two flag poles form the centerpiece of a memorial dedicated to the veterans at the corner of Bennington and Everard Street, which is the northwest corner of the school property. The poles make the flags more prominent on the property. This is a way to honor our nation and at the same time give back to the community. The Revere Veterans Committee, which consists of Al Terminello and myself, have raised the money over the years to donate these flags. And along with the Jewish War Veterans and the American Legion. Al and I have been running the Revere Veterans Committee for 15 years. And it's an honor when the Revere Veterans Committee can sponsor a public memorial to the men and women who have stood in military for their nation. What we do with the money, other than donating the flags, we have scholarships that we give to Revere High School every year, I believe for the last 5 or 6 years, and we give $500 total to 2 students at graduation. And we also run the Veterans Day program over at the Beachmont VFW in November. The original flagpole, which is behind some of you, was set back very close to the school and less visible from the public street and had fallen into disrepair over the years. The area was designed and built, I'm talking about this area, by the Mercurio Brothers Landscaping. The stone, which was donated by the Revere Veterans Committee, remembers our comrades who sacrificed their lives for our freedom. And that was provided by the Slotnick Monuments in Everett, Massachusetts. So with that, at this time I'm going to call on our mayor for a few words of wisdom. And Mr. Mayor, the podium is yours.
Thank you, Ira. Let's hear it for Ira and Al and all the great work that they've done for this beautiful display. And it is really a tribute and a great honor to be here today. And again, thank you, Ira, for putting all of this together. Today we dedicate a site that adds a prominent public memorial and perfectly complements the name of one of the schools here, which is the Beachmont Veterans Memorial School. But we are also lucky to be joined by our folks from Seacoast High School. Thank you for being here, Mr. Magno, and Stacy, of course. Good to see you. And so as a city, we extend our gratitude to both Ira and to Al for this great work in organizing today's event and getting the poles donated that will fly the beautiful flags that our 5th graders are gonna put up. And I want to thank the 5th graders for their part in what they're gonna do today. We have a beautiful day, and I'm sure that you enjoy being out of the classroom for a little bit. I also want to thank Commander Bill Reedy, Adjunct Bill Chisholm from American Legion Post 61, of course Joe Cole from the Jewish War Veterans Post 161, who donated the Stars and Stripes and the POW flags that will fly proudly from these 2 flagpoles. These flags now adorn a proper landmark that demonstrates the City of Revere's respect for the men and women who have protected our nation and all that it stands for in their military service. The flag of the United States remains a symbol of strength, a symbol of freedom, and a symbol of opportunity for people all over the world. And every one of us here today and in the City of Revere and in the country who live in the light of those ideals thanks our military men and women. And because those are the people who have placed those ideals above their own lives to assure that the promise of this nation's founding fathers lives on. And we are flying the American flag, but we are also flying a POW MIA flag. And that serves as a reminder to the military men and women whose fates remain unknown, and the uncertainty that their families endure is a burden that we all share. The flag that will fly here represents our promise as citizens of the country and as a country to never stop in our commitment to bring closure to their anguish. So from this day forward, this corner of Everard and Bennington will be a place of tribute, a place of remembrance, and a place to show our appreciation for the veterans who give so much for our country and who are represented by the wonderful school that sits behind us. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for the opportunity to enjoy this wonderful ceremony. Thank you, Ira.
Okay, and while we have a little break, time for a commercial, I'd like to introduce some of our dignitaries that have joined us today. Is our Council President, Arthur Guinasso. Our Council Vice President, Patrick Keefe. I know you guys are not married, so don't worry. And of course, our Ward 1 Councilor, Joanne McKenna. One of our council veterans, Charlie Patch from Ward 6. And I can say our senior councilor from Ward 5, John Powers. And the dean of our council, Councilor at Large Anthony Zambuto. And Councilor at Large Stephen Morabito. And I'm pleased to say that we've had a couple school committee people join us this morning, this afternoon. And our honorarium in the school system, former superintendent of schools, my teacher when I was in the 8th grade at the Garfield, the old Garfield, Carol Ty, school committee person. And she'll always be Miss Ty to me. And of course, Susan Gravelisi, our school committee woman. And I want to thank Ladder 1 for coming down, Lieutenant O'Hara and his team. Thank you very much. Did I miss anybody? I want to make sure. Who? I didn't forget her. How could I forget her? She's going to be speaking. You don't introduce speakers. Don't you understand that? Yeah, just don't let it happen again. Anyway, and at this time, since I was so peacefully reminded to allow our superintendent to be recognized, and we're going to do that right now, Diane Kelly, Superintendent of Schools, City of Revere.
Thank you, Ira. And I know the mayor has already thanked everybody who made this day possible, but I want to reiterate those thanks on behalf of the school department to Al and Ira and Bill Reedy and Bill Chilson, Joe, and everyone at Post 61 and Post 161 and the entire Revere Veterans Committee. I have to say that this event is very special to me personally because I have one brother who is a veteran of the United States Air Force and another who is a former Marine and current active duty member of the Army Special Forces. Although several of my uncles were veterans, it was not until my brothers came of age in the military that I truly understood how important it is for all of us to intentionally honor both fallen heroes and veterans. And I worry all the time that too many young people grow up with the same lack of understanding that I did. And that's why we work really hard in the school department to make sure that our students are aware through participation in ceremonies like this and other ceremonies for Memorial Day, Veterans Day, Flag Day, which we do at our elementary schools, and through different civic programs at the middle and high school levels, through participation in events and community service projects with the Revere Office of Veterans Affairs, the Massachusetts Fallen Heroes, the Honor Flight Network, and by supporting and expanding our JROTC program. The flagpoles stand to remind us all to pause and think about everything that we have due to those who served. Only 1% of Americans have served this country, but each one of those who did has played a role in us being together today. Too many of us civilians fail to recognize the immense sacrifices made by those who enlist and their families. We take note for a moment when a soldier pays the ultimate sacrifice, but often services occur and we make it our business to go on about our daily routines as if nothing has changed. As a nation, we pay little mind to the soldiers returning with physical and emotional scars of war. I'm proud to work in a city that actually endeavors to be different than that. A city that actually commits time, effort, resources to honoring those who serve. And we should do much more for the Gold Star families among us and for the veterans and their families. But the very, very, very least we can do is remember. I can think of no more fitting location for the placement of these beautiful reminders than this corner at Beachmont Veterans Memorial School. So many people cross this area in their daily travels, in addition to the Beachmont School families and students, and the Seacoast families and students. These poles will always be a visual reminder to them every day. So thank you again to everybody who made this possible, the folks I mentioned earlier, but also the veterans and the fallen. And thank you to their families for supporting their service and thereby allowing us all to live freely. I'll close with one of my and my brother's favorite quotes, which he taught me years ago, and which is attributed to Cicero. Poor is the nation that has no heroes, but poorer still is the nation that, having heroes, fails to remember and honor them. Thank you.
I didn't want anybody to think that I forgot our Seacoast kids, because they're very special. You know, I remember when Seacoast began many moons ago, and it's been a great program, and I thank all the superintendents that made it happen and continue to make it happen. And this time I'm going to call on the principal, Steve Magno, for a few words and of wisdom for our kids and our veterans.
Thank you very much. I wasn't expecting to speak today, so I'm going to give it a go. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for having us as part of this ceremony. Having this memorial here will be a wonderful reminder on our grounds as our parents, families, students can remember and honor those that keep our country free each day. On a personal note, this gives me a great opportunity to remember my grandparents, my grandfathers, both who served in World War II and Korea. So we're very happy to have this memorial on our grounds, and it's a wonderful way for us to remember them. Thank you.
Okay, and now I'm going to call on my partner in crime.
I was never
We've
convicted.
we've known each other many, many years. We didn't even serve in the same cell. But he's been an inspiration. He's not a veteran, but he loves the veterans. He does everything he can for the veterans. And he's a great guy to work with, very cooperative, and he's a beneficial guy for the City of Revere. So with that, Al Terminello Jr.
Hey, thank you. I was looking around for somebody
You
else.
want your notes?
Yeah, I got a couple of them. Good afternoon, everybody. You don't know what an honor it is for me to be here today, to see these flagpoles put up here for our veterans. It's been said several times. We worked very hard for this. The money, it's not about the money. It took a long time to get it. But thanks to the generosity of everybody around here, for the citizens of Revere, the city officials who helped donate money, who've donated flags, donated their time to help make this possible. It took a lot. The Mercurio brothers who did all this work, the Slotnicks, it took a lot. 4 years ago, when I brought this, Ira and I were putting on an idea of maybe doing something for the school, because it is the only school that has the veterans' name on it, about the flagpoles, because you couldn't see it. It took 4 years to get to where we are right now and to get money. Again, unfortunately, it comes down to the money, but it took a lot more than that. And it takes a lot of heart for everybody to be here. And I work around a lot. I mean, I'm in a lot of cities, and I'm very proud to say that Revere is coming to be number one in a lot of our areas when it comes to servicing our veterans and the programs that we put out for them. Through to everybody. Our schools, we see our kids here today with their red, white, and blue hats on. We do not kneel for the American flag in Revere, and we never will.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm very proud to say I am a grandfather of a U.S. Navy corpsman. And so that makes me very proud that I have a grandson that's been serving in the Navy now for 6 years. And now he has a son. So that makes me a really old great-grandfather right now. But I thank God every day for men and women like him who walk up and say, I want to serve our country. I want to do something that's right for all of us. So, again, I take much pride in being here and being able to be part of such a monumentous occasion as this. I want to thank the mayor, the superintendent of schools, and everybody who's helped make this possible so that we could make this memorial a permanent place to honor our veterans and those who have served the United States of America. Thank you very much.
Okay, now we're going to go into our little ceremony to make everything official. And we have our fifth graders. We have 8 fifth graders that are going to help us raise the flags, bring the flags down and raise the flags. And there was a big controversy on who was going to raise it out of all these fifth graders. So we made a big decision. The original date that we were supposed to dedicate this was Flag Day, June 14th, Arthur Guanasso's birthday. I won't forget that, Mr. President. And I said to the teachers, I said, how do we determine which 8 do we pick? And I thought, I said, I got it. Pick the 8 whose birthdays are closest to June 14th. No, we don't want it back to the Civil War. We love you, Arthur. You know that, huh? So, with that, I'm going to just let everybody know who the kids are. And our kids are going to help hoist the flag. Okay, we have Jack Cambriello, Desmond Cassidy, Kyla DeLuba, and Simyak Maherjian. Maharjan. Okay, I stand corrected. And that are carrying the flags right now, we have Akram Malki, who has the POW flag. We have Ashraf Malki, which I think they're twins, has the American flag. And Camila Diaz Perez has the city flag. And Melissa Ramirez Gaviria has our military in-service flag. For those of you who want to know what an in-service flag is, it's a red, white, and blue flag, but it has a blue star on it, right in the middle. And that shows that there's someone in the city of Revere that is currently in the military and serving overseas. It represents everybody that's doing it now. Now, if we had a gold star, that means we lost someone. But we want to, right now, we're honoring those service people that are currently serving for us. So with that, we're going to help them prepare the flags. And so give me a moment, and we will make this happen. Okay, stand by. I want everybody to join us in doing the Pledge of Allegiance. For the first time. Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. I was going to try and get the national anthem in, but someone's not cooperating. But anyway, just so everybody knows, this city flag that flies in this pole right here, this is the first city flag that flies outside City Hall. So this school gets it. I can't say it for the in-service flag, because we have one at City Hall outside. I want to thank the mayor and everybody that has been part of this. Terrific. Thank you, kids. Thank you, school committee people, city councils. Thank you all very much. Have a good year.